everybody, long time no see. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am CHIOMA, aka Chi, and today I'm going to be doing a December or Christmas book haul. Finals week just ended, so I use every excuse in the book to treat myself, and I treated myself to some books. Without further ado, let's get into the book haul. So the first book I got, I'm actually really excited for, but I'm like really excited for all of these books, but I'm probably still gonna say that in front of every book that I show y'all, and that is Ray Bear by Jordan Ifueko. So I don't know too much about these books. I don't like to know too much about books before I get into this, but Nigerian authors are an insta buy for me, so you know I saw it and I insta bought it. So I know it's about a girl who's raised by this entity called the Lady. The Lady isn't this girl's mother, I believe, but is the person who raises her. When the girl becomes of age, she is tasked by the Lady to go to the palace or go to where the crown prince lives and to kill him in order to gain the Lady's trust or to gain something important. She's not having none of it. She doesn't want to be a pawn for the Lady. She doesn't want to be a killer just for the sake of being a killer. I think this book has really good, maybe found family trope, which I absolutely love, and it looks beautiful. Also, am I the only one who didn't know this blue behind the girl is her afro? This is her fro. I did not know that. I thought she was just like a celestial being, but this cover is so beautiful. All I see is great reviews. All I see is 5 stars, and you know, I'm always here to support my Nigerian American author, so I'm so excited for Ray Bear. The second book I thought was by a Nigerian American author, but I think it may not be, but I mean, I may be biased, but you know, this cover with Song and Wraith and Ruin is giving me Nigerian vibes, giving me green, white, green, my Nigerian flag colors. This is such a gorgeous cover. I'm just a sucker for a black girl on the cover. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a sucker for black women on the cover of books because you don't see it. It's beautiful. So I don't know what's about Song and Wraith and Ruin. I know it is West African folklore inspired. The author of this, so Roseanne Aran, is actually Ghanaian, so it's inspired by West African. Ghana is Nigeria's neighbor, so it's inspired by West African folklore. And this one, am I tripping, but are these kind of similar in synopses? Because I think this surrounds a main character and her sisters. One of the sisters is kidnapped by an evil spirit, and to bargain for her sister back, one of the sisters is tasked with going to kill the crown princess in exchange for her freedom. So I think this is very interesting how both of them involve killing the son or the daughter of someone in a monarchy. So that sounds really cool. I'm a sucker. These covers, insta buy. I'm a sucker for these covers, so I'm so excited for these. I think I want to do some type of read-a-thon, read-along buddy read, something where I read African authors or African translated work. So I'm excited to read both of these. So the next book, I can name probably 20 booktubers that I hold personally responsible for me buying this book, and that is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. The only reviews I know or like have internalized heavily about this book are 5 stars. And this book has appeared on so many people's favorite books of the year, and it's taken me a long time to get this book because I don't know, I have no idea why, but I just know it's a fantasy romance, which is my genre. It's my genre. All I need is fantasy romance and sci-fi in my life, and honestly everything else could go. So I don't know any about this. I know the main character's name is Poppy, but whenever people start talking about this, when people start reviewing it, whenever I'm on people's like sprints or live streams and they start talking about From Blood and Ash, I mute. I turn off the volume, I turn off the sound. I don't want to hear it. I don't want no spoilers, because I know this book has been so hyped and it's been around for so long that I'd get spoilers. So I'm excited to read this book. Yeah, so I'm just excited to get to this book. It took me a while because, you know, this is like the epitome of my genre. It's a thick book and it's a fantasy romance for a girl who started off reading on Twilight. This is my bread and butter, so I'm very excited about this one. So the next book is actually a booktube fave. I got it at a used bookstore before they decided to shut California down because people are acting crazy out here, but that is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. So as much as this is talked about on booktube, I have no idea what it's about. I assume it's about the fae because there's a crown. Not that a crown symbolizes the fae. Okay, no, I assume it's about the fae because Holly Black, the other 3 books I read by Holly Black are all about the fae, and I think Holly Black loves the fae, so I assume it's about the fae. It's given me very Iron King, that trilogy or series, quadruple-y, whatever it's called, giving me those vibes from the outside, and I hope it's not that. Hopefully it is good. This is supposed to be fantasy as well. It's also a trilogy. I like trilogies. The best amount of books you need, duologies and trilogies. That's all I'm going to be reading in 2021. Call me out. I'm excited about this. It's blurred by Leigh Bardugo. I haven't read any Leigh Bardugo books, but I know that she is a legend here on booktube, if you will. So I'm excited for this. Yeah. So next three books I have are all mass market paperback paranormal romances, and the first one is an old school one. It's an Anita Blake vampire hunter novel. It's by Laurel K. Hamilton and it's Guilty Pleasures, and it is a paranormal romance from way back in the day, like way back in the day. 1993? There's no way. This book is older than me. Whoa. So hopefully this is aged well, because I think just a lot of books in general from back in the day have not aged well in terms of representation, in terms of not being a racist. So hopefully this book is none of those, but I just really bought this to read in between. If you ever suffer from like sci-fi burnout or fantasy burnout, where like there's too much worlds, too much characters, too much everything in your head, you just need something that's like, you know, nice and smooth and short. That's what I love paranormal romances for. So that one's a vampire hunter one. This one is by Ilona Andrews and it's Burn for Me. I usually would never pick up a paranormal romance with this kind of cover just because it gives me really old school. It gives me really old school romance, and I really don't like those, or like historical romance vibes. I really don't like those. But this book has been highly recommended by a lot of booktubers that I love. So, you know, I love me a paranormal romance. It's also blurred by Cheryl and Kenyon. I know Cheryl and Kenyon and Cassandra Clare have beef, which I find kind of funny, but I still like Cheryl and Kenyon's books, so her blurb does kind of raise the ranks of these books. The next book is by Patricia Briggs. This one is Cry Wolf. I don't know much about this one either, but you know, you can really not. I'm just gonna lie and say you can't go wrong with mass market paperback paranormal romances, but that's a lie. It's a falsehood. You totally can, but I'm hoping that I don't with these three. The next book I also got from the used bookstore, and I think it actually might be middle grade. It looks very middle grade. It looks very middle grade, but I don't know if that's me being biased because these clothes look like they're from Aeropostale, which is a very middle school time of my life. It's about a girl. She has to infiltrate the FBI to unlock a code from an eco-terrorist group, and it says she has to explain the Fibonacci code, and I'm just like, what kind of FBI agent can't decode Fibonacci numbers? I'm sorry, that sounds fake, but that's fine. It's called A Girl Named Digit, and this just sounds like a cute read, but this seems like a really cool one, and I'm open to all genres, so I'm not gonna like not pick it up just because I think it's middle grade. So, Girl Named Digit. So the last one, in 2021, I really want to become fluent both in my native language and in one of the larger native languages in Nigeria. So the language that my native language is derived from is Igbo. All of my Nigerian friends are Igbo, so it's a very, very common tongue. I'm from Eche, so I'm where my parents are from. They don't speak Igbo, but we do speak a dialect from Igbo, and so I want to become fluent in Eche, and I also want to become fluent in Igbo. I want to just learn more African languages, because right now there's no reason for me to learn more colonizer languages. So I got myself an Evo workbook, which is really cute, which is real. You cannot see. Okay, you can kind of see it there. But I got myself an Evo workbook, which these are very, very hard to find. Like there aren't any Eche workbooks because Eche is kind of a smaller local government in Nigeria, so there's not many documentations of that the language even exists. So it's one of the reasons I'm really adamant about learning to write and read in it. I currently understand, so you can speak all you want, and I completely understand. If you want me to speak to you and if you want me to write to you, it's not my portion. I can't do it, but I really want to learn Igbo because I think it'll help me to read and write in my native language. So I'm very excited to have found this. So those are all the books I got for December around Christmas. I am so excited for every single one of them. I think 2021 is going to be a year of bangers. I'm going to have so much more 5-star reads because I only had 5 this year, and I'm just really excited. So let me know what you think of any of these books. Let me know what you got for Christmas, if what you're looking forward to buying, if you got any gift cards, or just anything else you want to talk about, and I'll see you guys later.